So we're home from yard sailing, and I actually took a little breather there for a second, and we went to Tractor Supply to pick up some loppers, because the problem is, one, is the thing we bought the other day does not work for all this stuff I need to cut down. And if you look at the tree line here, what's happening is that I'm running into a whole bunch of these when I'm actually mowing with the old Cub. So got my Cub Cadet hat on, and I got my boots on. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is go ahead and start lopping all this, like the entire row. I'm gonna go ahead and do because it gets in the way, is what I'm saying. And most of them are these mimosa things that y'all say are deadly to or toxic to animals and people. So we don't eat them, and Willow doesn't eat them. But Daniel, on the other hand, he probably does eat them. All right, so I got most of this one done. As you can tell, it's just gonna be such a big help not running into all that when you're mowing. And also that over there, the mimosa right there, I'm gonna go ahead and get done. And then this right here, I'm also gonna come out with the old chainsaw, knock all this down, because those stumps have gotta be gone. So we do wanna go ahead and knock this all down. And then maybe even this little guy right here has to go ahead and get down. But that side's pretty much done. Just gotta go pick it all up. All right, so I'm walking the property real quick up here. It's actually towards the house, and next to this thing that has got to be gone too. What are these? Are these like animal things? Something gonna spawn out of that, or can I eat this? To me, it looks like a really big green bean. So I'm thinking maybe 50-50 you can eat it. Maybe not. There's a ton of them over here. Poisonous, not poisonous, let me know, because in about 10 minutes, I'm gonna eat one. All right, so we got that part of the yard all cleaned up. This part of the yard looks good. It means when I mow, got the Cub loaded down with it. We're gonna throw it in here. I have to get in the dumpster, pack it down, and that should be good to go. And like I said, I did wanna cut this mimosa down because it's super annoying when you mow, you can't get close to that. And again, eventually the stumps will be gone, but that's not in the books anytime soon due to time restraints. And then what we're gonna do is go ahead, and I think I might cut all that down, because when you're also mowing, it ruins like this area, and there's also stumps in there. I want all stumps that are actually cut down low to be completely gone off this property, or just ground down type of deal. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this stuff in there, grab the chainsaw, get to work on that. So I thought the camera was on, but it wasn't actually on. But I did go ahead and cut this down, thin that up a little bit. I actually have no room in the dumpster right now, so I might as well just keep that stuff up. So what we have to do now is what I call the dumpster dance, basically. You got to get in the dumpster, and you got to push everything down past that line. Do not fill above this line. They won't take it like this. The trash can's not trash. It's just sitting in there with a whole bunch of trash. So I got to get up in here and do this, which is always exciting. It was super not fun. I got most of it down, and since it is like live throughout the days, we're gonna have this picked up on Monday, this Saturday, and it should go down a little bit, hopefully. If not, I'll have to do that again. Well, Willow is outside with me, helping me out doing those grass baths, as people say, and I did cut down some more dead trees, some bigger limbs, and I think that's gonna wrap it up for today in this video. So we were gonna go ahead and relax, but we decided Kayla wanted to put things on Facebook Marketplace. So we put all the Folkscraft Grandma's Kitchen on Facebook Marketplace, and then she's gonna go ahead and do all of these on Facebook Marketplace. And they are the really nice German falling leaves 51. All these are gonna go on Facebook Marketplace. You've been killing it on there, haven't you? So we're gonna go ahead and put this one and this one on there, and then all that obviously goes with this one. And we have been doing super good on that. And so we already have all the booth stuff. This I just think will sell faster on Facebook Marketplace. That's why we're gonna do it. And then these right here are still gonna be your bird feeders, right? Yes. The ones up here. So she's still gonna make these into bird feeders. We'll have those probably available in Buy It Now, Whatnot, in the, maybe in June. But Facebook Marketplace has been doing super well, as you can tell outside. It's actually supposed to be light outside, but we have a severe thunderstorm heading this way. So we're gonna go ahead and just do the best we can and then head in the house and probably call it a day after this. Another day here. We are at the eBay barn. It is Sunday. We have already gone to church. So came home from church. We also have some pretty good sales. This week has been one of our best sales in probably, I don't know, a long time. Probably months and months and months and months. But we have been listing more and more on eBay. So obviously that coincides together. Coincides? I don't think that's a word. But the other day you saw me outside and I was trimming all the bushes and doing all of that and everything. And it's been about a day or 2 days really at this point. And sure enough, must have been in the ivy because I got me some ivy on me. And I am actually fairly allergic to poison ivy or any other type of ivy. And I was looking for this, what y'all tell me, the leaves of 3, let it be. I was looking for leaves of 3 because I was trying to let them be, but it just didn't work out that well. So I got ivy all on my neck. My neck meat's it's itching, is what I'm telling you. But hopefully it's not gonna spread because it's only a small patch on my neck. I have had poison ivy in the past, and a lot of times after I'm actually out working, I'll immediately come in and take a shower, and that usually has been worked for years and years and years. But it's right where my shirt would have been. So I don't know if a piece got like jammed in there. I have no idea, or the oil, I don't know, but I got the ivy on my neck. Also, my foot completely healed. It was only a day that it hurt, then it completely healed. I hobbled around for a day, and the swelling went down, put some ice on it, good to go for that. Let's go over some sales. We had some big sales here, big sales. So let's go do that. First sale is a little gun part. Remember I always told you that you can sell gun parts. You just gotta make sure that you sell the correct ones and the legal ones. This one right here sold for $66 plus shipping, and it is a cylinder to a 44 caliber, big boy gun. The next one is going to be a tailor-made rack 5-iron, custom SKU, 472025E. If y'all remember that, I'm probably gonna forget it by the next time I get in here. Actually, a funny thing about remembering stuff, not that I think anybody probably cares about this, but one of the tests as a police officer, when I was testing for a certain county, they only did that in this county. They would tell you an address, so they would say like 1842 Maple Drive, right? And then you would have to go run a lap around with all your gear on, run a lap, or they would put gear on because you didn't have gear yet. And then you would come back and they would say, hey, what was that address? And if you didn't know it, they'd say another address, and then you would run another lap. And if you forgot it, you had to keep doing that. And that was just one of the tests they gave you. So, I don't know, that was one of the most, honestly, practical tests that I've ever been through, because you actually did that. You would get out of the car, or you were in a stressful situation, you had to remember stuff, and I was always like, why are they making me do this? This is weird. Then when I got on the street, I realized, hey, that's not a bad test. Does anybody remember? I think I just pulled the first one. There's no way I just got it the first time. Yep. 5-iron rack 472025E. 5-iron sold for, I don't think I told you the price, and it sold for $20 plus shipping. Then we had another thing sell for $161. That's in C14. C14, where are you? Right there, C14, and I see it. We got this out of a storage unit, and we are all profit in that storage unit, so this is going to be profit. The old speed light tachometer sold for $161 plus shipping. I think they're about $185 all in on that. Now the next items, one sold for $325, and then the other one sold for $300 and plus shipping on both of these. Or maybe one was free shipping. It really doesn't matter because they're small items. And we are running out of these. We only have 3 left of what I'm going to show you, and then we also do have a couple on Whatnot. So if you are interested in these, we are about ready to run out. It is the Donald L. Reed bronze vegetables. The pumpkin sold for $325, and these right here, I know it's hard to see, are 4 peas in pods. 4 peas in pods, and they sold for $300. And remember, we did sell private sell a whole bunch of them for $1,300, and we've also sold. So I think all in all, just on the bronze items, I think we're probably $6,000 to $7,000 just on those. So that was one of the best things. When we first saw them, we were like, what is this? But I'll tell you what, I don't know if I'll ever find them again. Probably not, but I'll always be looking out for them. That is all of our sales, but that was just in 2 days. So you had a $300 sale, a $161, a $325, a $20, and a $66. That ain't too shabby for 4 sales. We'll take it. I'm telling you, we like listing the higher end stuff on eBay and then not sell. I mean, we do sell some really high end stuff on Whatnot. I mean, coming up again, there's a Donald L. Reed right there. There's a Michael Kors right there. So we definitely, there's these little cool vases right here that are really nice. Some crystal stuff right there. So we definitely do still sell high-end stuff on Whatnot, but we like listing more expensive stuff on eBay. So when we make a sale, it is like a $100 sale. Now some of the golf clubs, I'm still trying to get rid of some of my ones that aren't worth a whole bunch. But we are trying to sell them also for a decent amount of money. And we are ready. We've had multiple people say, hey, we cannot wait for you to come back on Whatnot. We've missed you. We've been gone for about 2 weeks. Check it out. We are slam packed full. So we're going to be doing, I said, a minimum of 4 shows in June. We'll probably do 5 or 6 shows in June, to be quite honest with you. Just to blow out some inventory, give you all some good deals. And then in July, we might take another week off, but then after that, what we might do is go ahead and start selling some Christmas stuff. Maybe do 2 shows of Christmas, big shows, like maybe 150 items or 200 items or something crazy. And then that gives us more space to be able to sell more Christmas stuff. Like I said, doing this, being in the junk business, or I call it the junk business, it's obviously not junk. I just say that because I think it sounds funny. But it's just a big rotation, and you just got to keep, buying stuff to sell stuff, and hopefully you're making money while you're doing it. Dad and mom are coming home. They should be home by the time you see this, and then dad is looking for, again, some people to work on the house. So the upcoming videos should be that's the chimney getting tore down, them fixing the roof, and then me and dad are then going to start working on the property ourselves. So a lot going on here for sure, but first what I have to do before anything, I'm going to go ahead and pack these orders.